This right here is my first elementary school. Here's where I met my very first teacher. His name was Mr. Tinoco, and he was a really great teacher because he was always nice to us. He always sang song to us, and he was always there for us. I felt like he was really had us involved in all the activities for Callaway. Had all the parents involved. I remember my parents really talked well about him. They always said that he was a great teacher for the students, and I want to be that role model for my students in the future life because he had a huge impact on me. That's a teacher who I want to be in elementary school, and if I teach here at Cal Elementary, it would be a real honor. I don't know if he still works here or not, but I would sure like to meet him once again and just show him how far I've gone and what the impact he's had on my life, because without him, I don't think I want to be a teacher. I probably want to be like an engineer or something, but because of him and other teachers who we'll see right now at the other schools that I've gone to, I definitely want to be a teacher. So right here at our final school, we're right next to the freeway because the school's right next to the freeway over here in Manchester Gate. So this is actually a magnet school, so it's a school for gifted students. I took a test in Callaway Elementary and was chosen to be able to come to this school, and it was a really great experience actually. I had great teachers. One of the teachers was pretty mean, I'm not gonna lie, but the other teachers were really nice to us. Right here I met a bunch of my friends for the future, and although it was a pretty tough experience because at my school I was one of the best students, I came here and I quickly realized that it was pretty hard. The assignments were harder and everyone was smart as well, so you were no longer like the big fish in the small pond. You were part of another very big thing. So here, but the thing that I liked about here was that they got me used to Computech. So when I got to Computech, I already knew kind of what it was like being in a magnet school. So it made it easier to adjust to the system, as I would say. And yeah, after here, we'll move on to Computech Middle School. All right, so now we're here at my middle school, Computech Middle School. I transferred here. After 6th grade, I went to after Manchester. I went to Computech. So Computech is also a magnet school. So you have to like have good grades and stuff to be able to get in here. I had a couple friends who came here from Callaway Elementary, Manchester, so they all like convened here, and this was a really good experience for me. One of my favorite teachers from here, Mr. Bolaños, he was my Spanish teacher, but he was also the soccer coach, so that probably had a pretty big influence on me. But he was always encouraging us to have good grades because obviously he wanted us on the team. Not only that, but he knew we had a great future. We're going to Edison after, school right next door. We'll head over right after this. Edison is such a great school as well, but Computech, I feel like the teachers here, they really cared about our education, and most of the teachers were really nice. Of course, not all the teachers you feel like are great teachers, but I feel like the ones who really were there for us, not only Mr. Bolaños, I had like a couple math teachers, and the PE teachers were also amazing as well. They really care about our education. They wanted to further us in life, and they taught us a lot of lessons before high school, and they were able to help us to transition into high school because that's a really tough stage for a lot of students. But the teachers were there for us and they really helped us out, and right now we'll head over to Edison High School. Thank you. Alright, so this is my high school right here, out here in the west side of Fresno, Edison High School. Probably some of you have never seen this school. It's out here in the west side near downtown Fresno. And here's where I had my last educational experience. And I had a couple of teachers here who were really influential for me. One of them being Mr. Santillan. He was a history teacher, and I felt like he was really relatable to. He was a pretty young guy, and I feel like teachers who are younger, they're really easy to relate to. They would tell us about their experiences, and I remember he would tell us about the tough experiences he's had, but even then he overcame those and was able to become a teacher. And I feel like I haven't had rough experiences myself, but I still feel like I went through some times where it was tough through school, and I feel like I remember teachers like him and how I could become a teacher now. And then I also had another teacher, her name was Miss Shai. She was my math teacher, and she was really nice to us. She was always let us in during her lunches, and I would always talk to her how I was thinking about becoming a teacher. And it was really easy to talk to her also because she was closer to our age. I think she was like 24, 22, 23, 24, around there. So she was really easy to talk to, and she would always tell me about that I should go to Fresno State, and right there was a really good place to further my education. and she graduated from there as well. So she knew it was a great school for us. So she was one teacher that really influenced me, and yeah, Edison was a really good experience for me. Made a bunch of friends that I still have to this day, and it was a high school that I definitely do not regret going to.